and then everyone stayed on the stage, but Lisa left and exited. Like, I don't know. I don't think Melissa and Teresa are going to really interact just because they're on the same panel. But I guarantee you the first question that's going to be asked, I mean, unless the format is different, people run to the microphones and line up and ask the questions. And I just think, I mean, who's going to want to ask any question? And then the second question, someone will follow up. Have you guys, I mean, I just think it's going to be Teresa, Melissa, Teresa. That's it. If Snooki's saying that everyone just wants to talk about this, Snooki knows.
Wait. What is your thoughts on this? Oh, well, keep going. Then I'll ask the BravoCon lineup because I have mixed feelings.
There's a lot of people like going like that are not on the network anymore. But tell me,
that's what I'm saying. Like, do you care?
Like who? Like who's
the Manzos? I mean, do you?
I think people will care about the Manzos.
Also, I don't know. I don't recognize a lot of these names.
Like
who's Sierra Miller?
Sierra Miller is from Summer House, currently on the show.
Naomi Lindo.
Southern Charm. On the show. Those are on the show. It's weird. Like we have Bravo, we have like $1 Million Listing people. I mean, that show's still on. It's like, I like the strange, like here's something, $1 Million Listing Bravo Celebrity Edition. I'm just pulled this up as an example. Watch as $1 Million Listings, Josh and Heather Altman, Josh Flagg and Tracy Tudor give $1 Million advice to Jennifer Aydin, Dorinda Medley, and Sheree Whitfield about their homes. All right, well, they're going to say that Jennifer Aydin's house is a piece of shit. Sheree Whitfield, Chateau Sheree, Dorinda, it's like Bluestone Manor. It's like, I think some of the mashups are really interesting. Look, for anyone going, I would just say it's the Teresa Melissa thing kind of for me is it's not just because of Jersey, just is the like, this is going to be so awkward. But I also think that, look, it's a lot going on, guys. So just sleep well and like, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things going on. And by the way, I will stand by this. I heard this from a reliable source. I heard that they are going to announce, I think I've said it to you or you or Kim, they're going to announce the cast of the rebooted Roni, not the OG show, the rebooted Roni, which is going to star Lizzie Savetsky at BravoCon. They're like, when Andy announced, we have a new show, Salt Lake, woo! I mean, they're going to say, guys, we have something to announce. Please welcome to the stage, Lizzie Savetsky, blah, 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 blah. You are looking at the new cast of the Real Housewives of New York City. People
okay, you're getting me excited. All right, now I want to go.
No, and Julia Fox has come out, by the way, and said, like, yeah, but I'm never doing that show unless it's actually me and my friends. So Julia Fox would do it. I mean, if it was her and her friends, I still don't think she's right for the show. I really don't.
Me neither.
I think she's right for a reality show about Julia Fox. Like, get on that E or get on that Netflix, somebody. But I don't think she's right for the Real Housewives. Lizzie Savetsky is go and follow her. Go and you heard it here first. She's it. She's it. She's like the new Jill Zarin. She's like very Jewish, younger. That's no knock against Jill. I like my Jill Zarin. You know why I've realized I like Jill Zarin? Because Jill is authentic. She doesn't mean any harm. She does these things, like maybe outing Tamra, but she doesn't mean any harm. It's just authentically her. There really isn't an angle. Jill she just does. And sometimes, sometimes she doesn't think about what she says and she's a bull in a china shop, but it's authentic. And I love authentic. And so that's all I care about.
You've got me really excited. Now I'm looking at, the lineups and they're really good. And I mean, you even have an Ask Andy. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, audiences just for an hour or 45 minutes get to ask Andy. I mean, aren't they just going to ask him all about Nene? And I mean, what can he say?
This is how it was last time, though. It really
want to be up there answering. I mean, it is really good. Actually, I take it all back. I mean, they're doing a Jersey Boys. I mean, which is
right.
Bill, Frank Catania.
But we also have Dubai thrown in there. We have girls. Like,
it's really good.
It's Jill is going to be there. Ramona, like there's a lot for everyone in there. Really, I do think.
Yeah. No, it's pretty jam-packed and it's pretty awesome. So okay, I take it all back. No, and I'm like, oh, I love the mashups. No, it's really, really good.
And I'm curious to hear from people like who is going. I mean, I think a lot of people are going, you know?
I mean, look, if I were East Coast, I would go. I would go. I mean, I feel like the year, because there's been a 2-year hiatus, right? Like we took 2
It
years or
was 2019. So 3 really. It was in 2019. We took off 2021. They were going to have it, and then they canceled it when COVID started spiking again.
That's right.
So this is like
No,
3 years. Look, it must make a shitload of money. I mean, I'm looking at the thing now, sponsored by this, sponsored by that, sponsored. They have all these add-ons. So it's like, look,
Oh,
let's,
totally.
look, guys, we're gonna cover what goes down at BravoCon. So just keep that in mind. And they are gonna announce the Roni there. The OG show is in the future. Before we go, I'm open to other conversations. We just have to talk quickly about Carlos King and Kandi.
Oh, what did you think about this? I mean, you know how much I love your Carlos King interview.
I love my
But
Carlos.
boy, I don't think there's any love lost there. And what Kandi accuses him of, I could see happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Carlos just through the interview, but I mean, I do know producers, and I'm like, I could kind of see it happening.
She accuses him of shopping, I guess, while he was producing RHOA. I mean, he was Nene's producer, but then he moved up, the executive producer, but she accuses him of basically shopping around the story of Escape. Like,
Even calling.
Well, I don't know why Sarah has fallen off. That's not very good. I think I'm just gonna keep talking. Sarah's gone for the moment. But right, so basically, Kandi calls out Carlos King and says, Carlos was the producer of RHOA for all those years, and she calls him out and says, and I loved having Carlos on, and I loved my interview with Carlos. She calls him out and says that basically he was shopping the story of Escape, which is her story. It was her band, and that she could never forgive him for that. I don't know. I get it. I get why Kandi would never forgive him. I don't really blame. I mean, this is Hollywood. Like, nothing shocks me. So I don't know. I don't like two people that I really like fighting. So there was that. The other thing is the OG show that everyone is so, I stand by this. I said this at the beginning. I still think that, we're not getting the OG show until the first one is filmed. Now, if you think about it, that was Sarah's coming back in. That